What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new video with the latest news on Liverpool's takeover, because a Qatar consortium is in advanced talks with FSG to take over Liverpool FC. So not just groups from Dubai and the USA, but Qatar is also interested in buying Liverpool FC, and this comes from Front Office Sports, who are reporting that FSG are already in talks to sign the NFL, to buy the NFL team, which his name is the Washington Commanders, and that wouldn't be happening unless FSG already knew that they are selling Liverpool FC, because they don't have the money to buy this NFL team, which is worth around $6 to $8 billion. So the newspaper is reporting that a list of potential bidders for the Washington Commanders is getting longer, and FSG owner John Henry is a possible contender, according to the New York Post newspaper, because John Henry wants to own an NFL team, and the Commanders could reportedly go for anywhere between $5.6 billion to $8 billion. And the New York Post also reported that John Henry could already have a deal with an unnamed Qatar-based investor when it comes to selling Liverpool FC. So that is very, very encouraging as well. And let me know, guys, what do you think about this news? And if you enjoy the latest updates that you can hear every day on Liverpool's takeover on my channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you are new around here, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates about Liverpool FC. So this of course begs the question, wouldn't that be a conflict when it comes to Europe, because PSG are also owned by Qatar, but on paper a company that would offer a bid for Liverpool would be different from the Paris Saint-Germain ownership. And of course you see Red Bull owning Leipzig and Salzburg as well, and you might wonder why would the PSG state ownership prop up a bigger club than Paris Saint-Germain. But there are a few reasons. For example, the Premier League is the biggest league. It has the most money, the most revenue from sponsors, from TV deals, from Champions League money. And if there is no Super League, then the Premier League is the most desirable league to own a team in, and Qatar still doesn't have a team in the Premier League. Newcastle's takeover showed you don't need to do a rebuild, and kind of proved that a fan base will willingly embrace a Gulf state even when they know it could be a sports washing project. Now that Saudi Arabia has gotten Newcastle, Qatar is probably itching to jump into the Premier League, because if you know much about the Middle Eastern politics, I don't know much about that, but Qatar and Saudi Arabia are big rivals. They are not the best friends, to put it lightly, and just look at how that's already played out in football with the beIN Sports piracy lawsuit and everything else. And also Qatar and Abu Dhabi don't have a great relationship either. So when Qatar sees that Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia are owning Premier League teams, they want to get in under the act. Then they want to fight these teams in the Premier League and fight these owners in the Premier League with their own money. And I'm not putting at the moment, I'm not putting a judgment on any of this, because unless an owner is confirmed for Liverpool FC, I will just reserve my judgment, because I want to do my proper due diligence. I want to do my proper research on the next owners of Liverpool FC. But also there is another counter argument to this, that the Newcastle fans didn't really have a choice, because Mike Ashley was literally one of the worst, if not the worst owners in the whole of Premier League. So anybody with a little bit of care and a little bit more money than Mike Ashley would be welcomed by Newcastle fans with open arms. I think Liverpool is a different kettle of fish, if you like, because Liverpool have a massive fan base. They also most of their fan base have really a moral compass, unlike a lot of other fan bases. Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp has had a lot of success in recent years. Of course, it would have been more if it wasn't for Man City, but still Liverpool won 8 trophies on the Jurgen Klopp, so it's not like the fan base is starving for success. It's probably the fan base is starving for a little bit of investment into the squad, or maybe a lot of investment into the squad. So new owners would be welcomed by a lot of Liverpool fans, but I'm not sure if the majority would welcome a Qatari-based consortium. Let me know, what do you think in the comments below. Let me know, do you care where the owners are come from? Do you care where their money comes from, or do you just want Liverpool to be invested in and you don't look at anything else? I would love to hear your opinion. And I think if Liverpool got a huge financial backing owner, financially backed owner, it would be absolutely disastrous for the other clubs, because Liverpool already have a massive fan base. Like, imagine if the Man City owners instead took over Man United. They would be literally almost unstoppable. I mean, Man City is pretty much unstoppable already, but the Liverpool with the proper financial backing would be absolutely tearing it up in Europe and in the Premier League. And I will be honest, I would love to see that happen. But of course, I don't want to get into the politics of it, because frankly, I don't know enough about, the subject. And also, I want to do my proper research before I speak in front of the camera. So that's why I always do a lot of research before making and during making these videos and editing them. So I really hope that you guys appreciate that work that goes into these videos. And what is very encouraging is that if FSG are seriously trying to buy this NFL team, the Washington Commanders, they need serious capital very quickly, and they might need to sell Liverpool quicker and sooner than anybody expected, because others like Jeff Bezos are trying to buy this NFL team who is up for sale at the moment. And things move very fast in this area, so I think FSG will try maybe to advance the talks, or this might suggest that FSG are already in advanced talks with one or two potential buyers, and maybe they made it public that Liverpool is for sale to see if anybody would offer more money for Liverpool than what these investors are likely offering. Of course, I think the dream for every Liverpool fan is to have a super rich billionaire who doesn't have questionable opinions on human rights issues, who just wants to win things and who wants Liverpool to win as many trophies as possible, and an owner who sees this as an opportunity to do that. But the chances we get that seem fairly thin, because Liverpool's valuation is so high, it's $4.5 billion, that there are not many owners and not many billionaires around with that amount of money. And you have to question any billionaire who has like £4.5 billion. That's questionable how he got that money. You can't get that amount of money without exploiting some people, and that's just a fact of modern capitalism. You can't really hide away from that. And we as Liverpool fans have to be realistic when we are crying out for a super rich owner who loves the club, who has been a Liverpool fan for many years, and he is also the kindest human to have ever lived. But the truth is that those kind of owners just don't exist, and no new owner of Liverpool FC will be perfect in every way. And we need to not just write everyone off when they don't reach our unreachable standards. That's actually a very valid argument to put forward when any potential new owner takes over Liverpool FC. So let me know, I would love to hear your opinion. I loved reading your comments on the past few days videos on what you guys thought about the different owners in talks to buy Liverpool FC, because I think it's a fascinating argument, and it's also very interesting to see a lot of people have a lot of different reactions and a lot of different opinions about potential new owners of Liverpool FC. And that's what we love about football, that it's all about many different opinions. One of the best reactions that I saw on Liverpool's Reddit forum is like, imagine selling Liverpool Football Club for Washington Commanders, the team that I've never heard of before today. Washington Commanders, that's what one of the Liverpool fans wrote on Reddit. That is just absolutely hilarious. But of course, they are pretty big in the USA, but some sports fans in the USA have probably never heard of many Premier League teams, but the Premier League is getting bigger and bigger in the USA, but the NFL is not as big in Europe as it is in the USA, of course, obviously. And also Forbes, the Italian version, has published an article that Atalanta billionaire and major shareholder Stefan Pagliuca, who is also a co-owner of the NBA team Boston Celtics, he wants to buy Liverpool FC. We already touched on this yesterday. He's the guy who is worth around $112 billion, which is just an absolutely insane amount of money. And according to Forbes, Liverpool is worth around $4.4 billion, a figure that makes Liverpool the fourth most valuable football team in the world. So according to the newspaper, Stephen Pagliuca watched Chelsea being bought, and that switched the light bulb on in his head that if Liverpool is for sale, then he would be very, very interested in buying Liverpool. So I don't know enough about him that whether he would be a good owner or not, but that's the latest information on Liverpool's potential new takeover. So I would love to hear your opinion. What do you think about all the things that we talked about in this video? And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.